stellar defensive team, and this is slightly the weaker side for Boom as well. Oh, look at this aggression off the rip.
Yeah, just holding the crossfire for each other. What a way to start off this pistol round. The Prowler's going to be given a decent amount of information, but the kills collected one after the other. Hey, opting for that ghost pickup. 2 kills for him. He actually evacuated as well, and the space was actually taken up. Bit of a vacuum in play. Still famous, only capable of grabbing the one. Yeah, still down to Lamp's position. Left down to that 45 health, and he knows he can hear the footsteps. Hit a patter on top of the wood, enough to know exactly where Berserk was coming from.
You're wondering if Ye would be good on pistol rounds now that Chamber's been nerfed a bit? Yeah, just buy a Ghost.
Just buy a Ghost, apparently.
Yeah, just don't bother about buying Headhunter bullets at all.
Kang was ahead of the meta.
Yeah, we've actually seen a bunch of different Chambers trying this out after the economy changes, and Ye, as part of this big quad push, was able to do so much work on this pistol round.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because Boom would love to get one of those under their belt.
I think this is honestly, you're going to see things like that pistol round with the quad push. If there's no players waiting around there, this was kind of talking about the composition. Ryan was mentioning it, you know, the fade versus the chamber. You don't have that Sentinel to watch a lot of the flanks. You're going to be susceptible to aggressive takes of a lot of that space, and you're also going to be susceptible to Jägermeister, El Diablo, especially when he's up against 100 health targets of a Marshal in his hands.
He has his tour de force, like if he dies or if he gets this kill. So that's pretty good for a bonus round.
Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And I mean, he's having to work for it. There's no way, Victor.
Oh,
okay.
He's not going to have his tour de force. You should have let him die.
After all that.
You should have let Ye die.
That's a prime game of Flawless.
There you go. I mean, Ye could easily place it over a B long and get that ult online. But yeah, Ye was able to get 4 kills on the pistol. And then you want to put a player like this in position to farm the ecos as well. Because that tour de force is going to make a big difference. If he actually can get it up for the bonus, that's devastating to work against.
Yeah. Very, very difficult.
It looks like 5 seconds left on the timer, and he's not in position just yet to play for the B-Orb. He's just running over there right now.
It's going to be a snakebite at his feet, though, if he wants to try and play for this one.
Yeah, and he's not going for it aggressively.
Trailblazer, okay. Pull into this one just in case there is somebody at a slight off angle. Oh, that utility is just being chucked into B-Long. Prowler, the Trailblazer on top of it. Now their own comes through. Crashies. They know, obviously, it's a heavy presence on that attack side.
Both of these teams are going to have the same approach to the defense. Heavy fighting over B-Long. Boom have double initiator with which to play both ends of the map. But OpTic don't particularly. They have to focus on one part that they fight heavily over. And you can see with Crashy's Ye over here. They want to deny control of this crucial extremity. Ye only has a Marshal. This is only a Marshal fight.
Oh my goodness.
And he only has 28 health.
Yeah, I mean, a tap of the orb almost cost Ye his life there. He was just holding it down, but they were just spamming that one angle, making sure that they could catch it onto a play. Obviously, the heal is in play, so he's brought back up to 100.
There's 30 seconds left here. And Boom have very little map control.
Yeah, there's not enough that's been done, honestly, to even fake. But this could be a possibility of an A hit. And look at this now. Just holding right down up close to them. They can try and drop down. They can try and remove FNS. But 3 kills in the round. Almost an inevitability for them, and indeed it is. That's going to be a bonus round secured for OpTic.
And Boom just not coming up with the right game plan there. They got stuck for over a minute trying to take B long control without actually throwing enough utility and enough bodies in to get the players away and set up a split. You simply cannot have a B hit where 5 players are trying to waterfall out of hookah. Yeah. It just doesn't work at this level at all.
It's just too obvious as well with the util.
Yeah, and
trickling out one after the other.
There's just too many crossfires as well. FNS just mops them up. So now Ye does finally get the finally, it's round 4. He does get the tour de force online. And he's going to be playing B long again.
He's opting into using it as well against his half buy, and there is that pace injected into it. I'm not scared of just trying to play fast and loose.
Yeah, very fast. Extremely
quick.
Instance. And OpTic didn't really have a counter to the Viper setup that allowed them to get into lamps.
I will say,
denying the plant well, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of util that's already being used for them. Snakebite to try and vulnerable up. That's famous, just trying to get something done with a shorty in his hands. Not quite. At this point, comes down to that discipline. Just make sure they don't lose anybody. Holding these angles to bottle. How do you get 2 there? But still, It's better weaponry at the end of the day, and it will be the difference maker.
Teleport's ready.
Yeah, that's a close round, though, considering the economic difference between them. Boom found a really fast short push. And this is what I was saying on Breeze. This team, Boom, is not always fast. They're not always slow. We've seen some really slow rounds from Boom where they tick a minute off the clock without doing a thing. And then they'll throw in a round like this where they're booking it down short. Before you realize what's happened, they're all over lamps. They're into the smoke.
Nice switch up.
It is. It's nice the way that they play with pace. Yeah. An angle potentially to look over the top of this Viper wall. So any kind of A pressure will meet resistance.
It's Showers they want to fight over. I mean, Ye feels comfortable here with a rendezvous, but he's got a Trailblazer and a Boombot. Oh my goodness. Absolutely everything being thrown at them. Even the Molly and the C's over the top. This is a cacophony of utility. Everything being launched at these players. And you can feel the pressure right now. Just have to scamper to the back of the site.
Yeah, really nice idea from Boom. It's a huge amount of utility being used, but here it comes, Seekers, Nightfall, everything being expended.
One after another, but nice little flick from Ye. The adjustment of the aim, in fact, didn't have to do anything at all. Just running right into his line of sight. One after another, and a spam into the smoke. They know the positioning of these players. They know we're going to be coming from. Oh my goodness.
It looks like it might be too much, but it's again Tiboto. He's done a great job so far.
They get it free here, still crushes from the high ground, or I should say Victor. Not even much of a factor in that round.
Yeah, and it's Boom with a big set play. If you missed what happened at the beginning of that round, they use double drone, the Dog, the Trailblazer, and the Boombot in order to push the Opper away. That's with a suck from the Astra too. So using huge amounts of utility to take Showers control, and then there's a Seize Nade combo for the people who are running away. And that's such a nice set play, but it uses all of your utility, and you're expecting to get a pick out of it. And OpTic reacted to it perfectly. They just ran. They just ran away. Yeah. But they reacted in time, so they avoided any casualties.
So the idea, whether or not that was set up in that prior timeout, just doesn't quite come to fruition here for Boom.
And it is a devastating beginning to Bind. I said Boom looked better on their defensive side, but you still need to put up some rounds in this half.
It's so difficult. The more risks you take, the more you're just taking liberties right into the op sight lines that Ye's going to be holding. He's been maneuvering his way around the map as well. It's the way he likes to play this. You never quite know where that setup's going to be. Most of it as well. Maybe the jump peak. Pre-fire with a shot, a bit of spam being exchanged here and there. But look at how safe Marv is playing this.
Yeah, just going for the... He's going for the kind of straight up and down jiggle peak. I mean, that ends up with your head getting...
That is punishable, yeah, I was about to say, that is punishable. I've seen it a couple of times, but Nade slams his way into the back. A triple. Spike going to start to go down, and that's a bit of run and gun action. Stinger. Why not? Showstopper now online off the back of the plant, and Victor just could not get out of there in time. He tried to satchel to avoid a lot of the space and movement that was coming his way, but Seeker's going to be broken. Definitely now leading the charge for the rest of his team. He does have that rifle in his hand. Even the Trailblazer used broken early, though.
And it feels like these Thrifty rounds have been the most successful attempts for Boom.
Yeah.
Can they hold on? It's only Famous with a Phantom.
Being able to get into that post fans should be favored. Lovely trade from Famous with the rifle. Has to do good work with it. In fact, he's got that nade back online. Even the pull being used to disrupt it, but crashes. He's right in their face. And two of their heads ripped clean off. You have to stick this though, and half on it. Should have it.
With just a second to work with, and the faith in Ye. How are they able to recover that one? Another monster round from Crashies. Famous doing a great job of getting in here, recovering a rifle, helping his team. The trade was good, like you said, but Crashies being able to dodge the Seize Nade combo and kill both of those players, Tiboto and Famous.
It's just ridiculous.
And then the faith in Ye. Look at him. Look at that smile on his face. Look at that smile. He knows Ye's good for it.
Yeah.
Ye,
the percentage play.
Definitely good for it, by the way. Look at the scoreboard, 13-2.
Oh, he's a menace.
He is, in fact, a menace.
You wouldn't think that Chambers been nerfed. If you looked at it, you wouldn't think it.
No, you wouldn't. And Crashies has another ult online. He's been farming these up so quickly. Oh, and the bait.
It's a bit of a half claim, and they walk into him. And Ye just will not be denied.
El Diablo is feasting tonight.
His area of the map, Showers control, locked down entirely.
Found one.
Just not enough spacing. Of course, the collapse brings them all down. There's that pressure, though, that's being applied. Flipside has made its way into Lamps. Collects the 1 kill onto Crashies, backs away for but a moment.
And Lamps has definitely been an area that OpTic are not fighting for super heavily. Boom have realised this. And FNS going for it. Oh, what a perfect timing.
Confidence to try and do that as well when it comes to that 2v2, but he knew he could catch that timing, and he suspects where Blaze King is. He's got a great idea of it.
And for Blaze King, FNS could be inside the teleporter still.
Yeah.
FNS could be in hookah. FNS could be on site.
Poison orb emitting.
FNS
Poison's off.
has played that majestically, hasn't he?
He really has. A lovely round, but it did get scrappy again. Considering how well Ye did, picking up 3 in Showers, it's another round that's close, but not close enough for Boom. They're still at the deficit.
Just off the mark by 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah.
Just ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's a fraction. And, you know, Jess was making the point on the desk that with Berserk's not... I mean, look at that lineup.
Just moments taken before disaster. Absolute freeze frame.
Marv's body on the floor as well. Just absurd.
Spike down A.
Jess was making the point that Berserk's wider, but when that normal Viper Wall goes up for Lamb's control, there's a piece of utility to stop people pushing off the back of it. And instead, OpTic are just giving Boom lamps. And here, Boom take it again immediately.
Push all the way through.
Thank you very much.
Destroyed. Slow field at their feet, but Boombot actually going to be slightly missing there. That's going to be a seize into that orbital strike, and you have nowhere to run. Flipside has to just cower in the corner. Rest of OpTic going to be rotating. Of course, they're in time. Enough of it's been bought prior in this round.
And if there was any question about whether or not OpTic are still looking like the world's best on bind, they are absolutely dealing with everything the Boom are throwing at them. They don't need Lamps control. You saw in that round, Ye just put down his trademark to see whether or not it was a fake.
And the element of the game as well that I was thinking about when I was looking at these compositions, Josh, hasn't even come to fruition. You haven't even seen aspects of deep lurks happening where they're trying to capitalize off the fact that there's no chamber being wound.
Now, OpTic are not particularly pushing on the defense. Something they used to do all the time against teams that didn't play chamber.
Yeah.
But Boom are playing fast enough in these A hits that that would be pointless.
It leaves no doubt.
Yeah.
It leaves no doubt to where the push is coming.
Victor, who's having a quiet performance through no fault of his own, has a showstopper online. He just hasn't quite been required yet this map. He's going to be in position to stop any kind of Lamps take right now. Boom are focusing on Showers. They've done that in a prior round too. And here's a bit of a push. Marv and Victor doubling up.
That's where you're starting to see it happen. Okay, showstopper play. Just doing a bit of team damage, okay? Just trying to get kicked from the server. Double satchel play into the back of the site. Now that Snakebite does not do a lot to stop it, and Boom, they are not stopping. This is relentless gameplay at the end of the day. Even when they're handed an early L.
This round has been a pleasure and a delight to watch.
Player standing.
And Boom are picking up the pieces. Things got chaotic there.
Yeah, they did.
And OpTic, yeah, in the midst of all of that, getting caught out, there was a very fast reaction coming out through Showers. And good utility being used as well to re-clear that top short position and blind Marv.
So one of the things that has been impressing me, I think, watching Boom is that they are quick to make decisions like that.
Yeah.
They recognize that there's space available to be taken. From like a deep push, a proactive play by OpTic, they will often make moves towards it.
Yeah, I think that's a big difference between them and Zeta Division that we watched earlier.
Yeah.
Zeta also have a lot of slow rounds in their game, but Boom are much more happy to be proactive and take the initiative when opportunities are offered to them, whereas Zeta were struggling in that department.
Try again.
But that's a really good kill. This 2K by Blaze King destroys Short. He gets rid of both Victor and Marv, and really crushes the only position that OpTic were holding onto on A.
A gift.
Having said that, is this map even doable if Boom win all the rest of the rounds this half?
I mean, it has to be at a minimum, surely.
If they get this to 8-4, and then maybe if they get the pistol as well and get things back to 8-6. But even that seems a long shot.
But again, pace is the name of the game. this time with the weaponry behind them, you might start to see some success, and they've cleared a lot of the utility. You have to be watching for Yado. This guy's just standing there. Standing man emoji. Just sitting there now, Trailblazer trying to clear the back of the site, but Famous removes it, so causing that uncertainty. And look at where the spike is landed.
Yeah, the spike is going towards FNS.
But FNS, he seems to be aware, surely that Prowler watching him.
Wow.
The spray down.
That Prowler finding him perfectly there. Great utility usage out of Blaziken. And Famous reads the play through the TP.
An attempted a punish there from Crashies, but
Spike
Spike's going to get planted. OpTic players nowhere to be found, already sitting on the other side of the map, so looking like another round secured, Josh. Well on their way to that 4 that we're saying is a bare minimum.
Yeah, and if I'm Famous here, listen, I don't think using the operator is going to favor Boom, because Boom have been getting value out of the fast hits.
Yeah.
And he's one away from a showstopper. Listen, go hunt. Famous, if that's me, I'm going and trying to find Victor and Marv. Even if you die, you have showstopper online for the next round. I think that'd be the optimal play here. You look at the other ults available as well. A combination of Nightfall Showstopper would be great for cracking open one of these sites. Or at least Nightfall into A and then use the Showstopper to stop the retake come through. Something like this. But it is quite a safe, respectful approach, and end, rather, to the round from Boom as they choose to allow Victor and Marv to survive.
That play from Prior.
Bring them down.
Bit bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ye must have timed out there. It just doesn't make any sense why he was just staring into a corner with his knife. Maybe they don't feel like they need to pull them out against Boom, or maybe they're just happy and content with the comps that we're working.
Yeah. You have a lot of good tools with this composition that you are running, but a bit of presence being shown at Fountain. Yay. Oh, he's creeping. He's crawling up onto the angle now with a tour de force. Has to be aggressive with it. And there's no follow-up, there's no setup. The Trailblazer up close to him. Stunned up. And FNS was just trying to make sure that he could take that aggressive position down into short to get some space and some information to work off in the mid-round. He's also punished in the mix of things. Push through. Don't smoke the traders there instantaneously, though.
There's some wild moves coming out from OpTic at the end of this half.
Super strange.
Yeah, I mean, they're just taking the most aggressive options every time there's a decision to be made.
Hey,
and Marvs is making it work.
Yeah, wait a second. This guy might just be ice cold in the mix. 1-for-1 with a showstopper exchange, but now up to Blaziken versus Crashies. So good in the clutch. And look at this guy go.
Crashies has simply been monstrously good in these situations. He's like 15-3 or something in 1v1 so far this since
Spike down.
since the qualification period for stage 2. He's just been slaughtering people in these kind of late rounds. It's the area that he specializes in, and
nice round, Jimmy. Nice round, Jimmy.
and yeah, they say nice round, Jimmy, because Marv was the player that made the huge play there. The 3K on site,
It went huge.
kind of recovered from everyone else making some wonky plays on the rest of the map. And Boom don't have any of those big ultimates to work with in the final round.
Punish being made, though, or at least an attempt of it. Now a Trailblazer to help supplement. Yeah, he's just tied into this corner. He's got the showstopper. Orbital strike pushes them right into him.
Oh, it's just brutal.
Out of the pan.
Oh, it's brutal.
Into the fire. Double satchel play into their faces, but Crashies is dealing with it quite handedly once more. Moves around. That's going to be a Haunt revealing his location, but that blind in the eyes of Tavoddle. Nowhere to run. And the operator in his hands. That's a 10-2 half.
Yeah, that's... But I don't know whether we're even going to be able to see it at this point.
Have they earned enough rounds to even get anything going?
They'd have to win the pistol for us to even get a glimmer as to what their defense looks like. Last hurrah.
Yeah, this round is going to be over within 5 seconds, it feels like, because already absolutely into the meat grinder. The players are going to be meeting themselves at the pistols, one after the other. It's down to the 1v1.
Spike down A.
It's 10 seconds in! 10 seconds in and you've got the two IGLs battling against each other. FNS knows this pistol round strat. He knows where Flipside is going to be.
Into spawn using the wall, this slight angle. And what's the play? Is Flipside just going to bide his time, wait it out, look for a noise cue? FNS is just trying to clear it, and well, guess what? The wrong gamble. Boom. They get that pistol round that they were looking for.
I mean, just mind games on mind games there. They both try the exact same pistol round. It goes down to the 1v1. You got both IGLs, both big brains. FNS looking to try and catch Flipsider out, and Flipsider's just waiting for the tap.
Just holding it.
Just purely playing for the 1v1 retake clutch. It looks too easy for Flipsider, but from FNS's point of view, he really was trying to make an intelligent play there. Okay, I like it. We're gonna get to see a little bit more of Boom here. They've got some things that I think they do very nicely. Flipsider with his classic defensive anchoring here of A, he puts down his Viper Orb on the default spot. So that's doing a lot of decay damage if OpTic try to plant in the expected positions.
There's a lot of space being given up to them, though. You can already see the OpTic players have worked their way into lamps into the back of the site. That's flashes being used one after the other with the pistols, including that nade. Famous has pushed forwards, but catching FNS unaware, looking like an AI on a singular path, just walking around. 4 kills for Famous, close to that showstopper.
Yeah, still a couple rounds away, but that's exactly what you want to see. Not a tool that he can really rely on for the bonus round. And this kind of has to be a converted bonus. You need to string a series of big rounds together here so that your ultimate your economy snowball turns into an ultimate snowball. That's how you get these comebacks going. But the buy is just not good. I mean, Boom barely have anything to work with. OpTic did enough damage to the economy. Boom are hoping for something masterful. Boom's general strategy is to have Flipsider hard anchor A as Viper, meanwhile playing an aggressive B defense. And here you see them go through the teleporter off the back of a haunt.
Yeah, a bit
they
of a
caught
showers crunch. Yeah, they do get the 1 kill, but
It's a
they've
nice
given up so
idea.
much space because of it. A short control, given up. Pick up the Viper's Orb, and the plant is down. So
And this is the time where you expect OpTic to be pushing backside. And so you see from Tebotol's position, he's worried to even get into backside at all.
yeah, so far back.
He's holding very passively.
No support from the rest of his team. They're all just trying to retake that position from Showers and Short, but Ye is still locking it down. The pre-fire spam through the wall. It's Blaze King who comes out on top. A quick tap of it. Position and revealed, at least for Crash. He's right round the side, but they've got more to deal with right now. Boom are trying to convert this one. Oh, quick shot. But targets are found. That's OpTic winning out that buy round.
And they win the bonus, or rather win the anti-bonus. But Boom did a lot of damage there. That's an important round.
Trouble is, Josh, not too much in terms of rounds to give up, is it?
No, it's not at all. They're on a knife's edge. They can't even afford to give 1, I think.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be perfect from here on out. But this is where, with a slight economic advantage, although it doesn't really materialize into too much, both teams having light armor, Famous needs to be getting value out of this showstopper. And Famous is normally going to be playing with Flipsider on A. You can see Blaze King and Spawn literally just ready to go for the rotates. Anywhere they see or hear, OpTic looking towards.
That early spam, presence being shown, of course. It has dragged the players back over, and they want to try and go over a bit of a contact re-clear of Showers here, but look at the OpTic players. They are holding a slight angle, spam into the corner, to the line of sight angle. It's a double face spray down. Famous. Oh, he's getting away with murder.
What a sick play with the Vandal there. Doesn't even need the showstopper, just getting raw value with the bullets. Flipsider, just about able to squeak into lamps. He's going to be the key player.
The Seekers were killed for him, so they don't expect Flipsider to just be playing that angle. Only the one going to be found, an instant trade from OpTic. But still, again, slowly creeping across the site, not watching for the potential angles. And it's a beautiful reset of the game for Tabottle to close out that round.
OpTic going for the gamble play, contacting in through short, gets caught by Flipsider, contacting around through Showers, gets caught by Tebotal. Really good play by Boom on their defense. But this,
How do you do that?
this is
How do you do that?
absurd. What a play by Famous. And that's actually got a bit of momentum now beneath Boom.
Still a long, long way to go. And you look at the score up top, just 2 rounds, that's all OpTic need. But we mentioned it over and over again when we were watching that Breeze map. Sometimes those 2 rounds are the hardest, however Victor's going to be making it just that bit easier.
Yeah, Famous not waiting for the rest of the utility to try to re-clear showers.
Half buy as well, Josh.
Yeah, just decides to swing into it. OpTic do not win many of these thrifties.
You cannot be giving up this much space to damage. BlazKing does salvage it, gets the trade-off, but has to run away. Drop down to 20 health.
Marv was thinking about going for an ult there, and at this point, Berserks becomes an extremely important player. Holding on to Octagon is so important right now, and he just doesn't have a clue that there's two in hookah.
He's completely missed them, and he's going to be making a call that, guys, I pushed all the way through Fountain. I haven't found a player. They got to be lurking over towards A.
Can he hear Marved? Does he hear Marved? Not at all!
Marved catches the correct timing. And the players of OpTic, they're already in the site. They've been cautious the entire time. Walking up, not making any sound cues. Little do they know it's a free site for them.
That works.
They planted for back site, which is where BlazKing is just about to walk into.
20 health. Bit of spam will do it.
He's going to be 1 HP either way.
Yeah, the decay kicking in and out. Snake bite on one side, blocks up. Slide angle, and it reveals it. Feels almost intentional with the way that Viper's Pit is set up. It looks like just about in range to get the highlight on him.
And this would be an incredible Tempo Toll. Yeah. It just wanders into Marved, and that is a brutal heartbreaker.
You've got to be the most careful of when you're on the half buy, when you're up against it. It's so difficult to keep any sort of momentum going.
Yeah, and just a small misplay by Famous, and then Berserks, as Famous tries to... He doesn't even really re-challenge there. He's just trying to dip his head back in to throw a grenade and immediately run away, but he gets punished by Victor. And then Berserks with a misread of where OpTic were going. And that is the sound of someone who realizes that the second map has slipped away from them.
At point for OpTic, one more. Get to that critical map number 3.
There are so many good ults here for Boom to use, but even if they expend them all in this round, it doesn't break OpTic's economy. So they need to be stingy. It's their only way of mounting a comeback.
Double face though, that's going to be taken out, yay. It's going to be throwing a couple of question marks into the overall game plan of OpTic. What do they want to do now? They've lost him, so they're probably going to have to go with a bit of pace now. That's a showstopper right into the players! Victor deals with it! That could have been absolutely massive. And pound for pound, Victor's going to be releasing his own ult. Halfway on a duration, a pull, vulnerable Nightfall on top of it, but just pre-fired into the Viper's Pit. Backed away. No more sound cues for them. They're going to be missing a lot of information into this one, but Marv is still holding the position. Drops the smoke, and he's got the orbital strike in his back pocket.
Difficult to find a timing, though, when you're playing inside lamps, but he's not getting pressured at all.
Player's going to be pushing forwards. It's going to be a Cosmic Divide to split it across. You have to push forwards here. Boom! They do have an opening, but is it enough? Down to that 1v1. And time is still going to start to tick now. On the wrong side of the wall, that will do it. The final blow for Victor.